Hi. Happy Thursday. Sorry, I was just thinking, which is always a mistake for me. I was actually just remembering that, by the way, that Bush song. That is the most well-mixed song. I could do a music show. Anyway, I love that song. It's so well done. And you can't tell on Twitter because the audio on here sucks. It could just be me, though. But I was just thinking, remember that time? This is a Chris Farley type SNL story. Remember when he sat down with Paul McCartney and he's like, remember that time you were in the Beatles? That's my story here with what's his name? Gavin. What was his last name? You guys can tell me in the chat. But I showed up apparently at a bookstore at O'Hare Airport about 10 seconds after Gavin was in there. That was cool. So that's my story about almost meeting that lead singer guy for Bush. What are they doing these days? Anyway, what are you doing? You're hanging out with us, and I appreciate it very much. Hope you're having a great Thursday afternoon, or whenever you're watching this. Who the hell knows? It could be 8 o'clock Eastern tonight on YouTube and Rumble, where you can find this thing playing. It could be tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern when it posts on Spotify and iTunes. All the links provided for by Hero Wes over at themikeshow.com. Let me see if I have his graphic over here. Yeah, here it is. Hang on, here it is, right here. See that? You got to go follow at that guy at PGU. Also, shout out to Gabby, as always, who runs the Instagram. Go follow, like, subscribe, whatever it's called. Go participate there at Jeffy Apologist on X. These are their X handles, I'll have you know. I don't know, it might be their Instagram. I don't get to Instagram. I'm sorry. So that's why I'm so grateful for Gabby for handling everything over there. And there's a great clip over there of Kelly, who's on today. Let me get Brad and Kelly in here as we get ready for our Thursday deep dive. Hi.
Hey.
How are we doing?
Sombreros.
Oh, my goodness.
You get a sombrero, and you get a sombrero, and you get a sombrero.
If they would just have let that go, then it would have never been a thing.
If they had come out with sombreros on and a mustache, it would have been awesome, and they would have won.
They would have won. It would have been over. Kelly for freedom. And don't forget that for all of your real estate needs down in the Austin, Texas area. Does anybody honestly want to move down there, though, Kelly?
Yeah, no. I'm not even selling houses inside the city anymore.
I bet you're not.
Nobody wants to live there.
Anyway, look for her on X.
Caitlin Collins.
And then there's at Real Brad Staggs, also available at thedailymojo.com, where he does a show every weekday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern. And
you always throw me off when you say that because there's nobody in the Eastern time zone.
But we're not. The three of us aren't.
Right.
But
so
the majority of the population, you see.
Is that still true?
I don't know. Dear Lord, am I going to have to do this?
Hey, so not to one-up you, but I saw Gavin Rosdale downtown Austin a couple of years ago.
Oh, nice.
In his pajamas, walking his Pomeranian.
Hang on, does he live there? Was he just waking up?
He was in for like ACL or South by Southwest.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days, walking the Pomeranian?
I know, like tiny fluffy dog. I was like, that is so not rock and roll, Gavin. Went in his like flannel pajama bottoms. Big glasses.
That's awesome. I can identify with that. That's how I dress when I go to Walmart. I'm trying to find what percentage of the U.S. population?
I'm looking. I've got
50% of the U.S. population lives in the Eastern Time Zone. Brad Staggs.
Wow.
156. Well, hold on a second. Largest share of the population has about 156.4 million, or 47% of the U.S. population.
You are not arguing with me on 47 and 50, are you?
Bless their hearts.
Grok is.
I'll take
significantly higher than the Central Time Zone. We only have 95.6 million people, or 29% in the Central Time Zone. And why do we even talk to the people in the Pacific Time Zone?
No, seriously, build the wall over there.
They're all in LA. What's the what's
16%?
So my Keith math says we're at less than 10%, or right around 10% in the Mountain Time Zone.
6.5.
6.5. Oh, because you got Alaska and Hawaii. Yeah. Okay. 6.5.
Yeah.
I only know how to do 3%.
That's a realtor joke. I got it.
Joke.
I got it. That's awesome. Okay.
I was thinking of a measurement joke, but that wasn't. It was different.
No, you save those for Friday.
Do I?
Okay, tomorrow we do the live stream. Every Thursday and Friday, we gather here at 3 p.m. Eastern. We do a deep dive. In fact, next week, oh, how I can't wait for next week. And I say that, and then I forget what the show is. Because I'm trying to think. Yeah, today's the 2nd. So on the 9th, yes, Steve Baker going to be here. And we're going to comb through the new FBI and the 8 months of failure after failure. And we're going to go through that. And it's going to be a blast. So
Wait. You mean current, like right now?
Current administration. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Oh, and bro, if we went back any further than that, this would be a Jerry Lewis telethon.
I know.
That's a joke that old people get, I guess, like me and Brad.
Jerry's Kids. Who doesn't love Jerry's Kids?
That should be the name of our
Friday they say he was like a dick.
I hear that. Yeah. Don't you hate hearing that about celebrities?
Yeah.
Was Gavin a jerk to you, or?
Oh, I didn't stop to ask him. He did not give off the vibe that he wanted to be approached. So
he probably was spending the night at some chick's place. I don't know. Probably. I don't know anything about his status or anything, but I bet it's her dog, and he's out there in the PJs. He's like, "Dear Lord, please don't let me be recognized in the 3 minutes I'm going to be outside." And here comes you.
Gavin, I love you.
That's funny. Okay, 3i Atlas. Are we all going to die? This could be actually our lifeboat.
Man, I hope so.
Right. So, here's the latest I have. Y'all jump in with any information. I feel like Brad was about to jump in.
Avi Loeb. I'm telling Avi Loeb swears the thing is a ship.
So the thing about Avi Loeb is I was thinking about that this morning when we were talking about it on my day job, Pat Gray Unleashed over on the Blaze. Apparently I've moved every garbage can too far away from me, so now I'm just going to toss shit on the floor. Okay, so we were talking about this, and I was sitting there thinking he's either the only one who's got it right, which is a possibility for sure.
Okay.
Or he sees an opportunity, and I have no idea how this guy makes money. I'm not even going to grok it. I don't care.
He's a professor.
It's just like, he's a professor. Okay, but what does he do separate from anything separate from that, or just his income is just the professor?
He's kind of like Indiana Jones, really.
So okay, because I don't know before this, Brad, and I still barely know anything about him. I didn't know anything about him. Is he out there pimping a website or anything? Okay, so he has nothing to gain. That makes me think even more so than he knows exactly what he's talking about. But
he did that. Was it 2023? He went to, was it the Indian Ocean, and they drug the bottom of the coast right off the shore to get these little magnetic particles that were on the bottom, and he says that they were likely or could have been part of an interstellar object.
See, this is what I love. Okay, so I like it that I told you, I just admitted, I have no idea anything about him. So when you say something like that, it shows me, he's been tuned into this kind of stuff for a long time. Not just like, hey, let's.
Yeah, it's his shtick.
I like this. Okay, so
did you see the pictures that came out yesterday? I meant to send it to you, but I fell asleep.
Let's see if I don't know that I have those. I
got one.
I think Brad fell asleep today.
I bookmarked it.
You did, didn't you?
Here, let me
I couldn't reach him like 2 minutes before we go to air.
You know what? There's too much candle that I keep trying to burn. No one knows what that means anymore.
What? Explain it to him.
Because who uses candles now?
Yeah, but if you burn them at both ends,
that's the point. But no one. It's like
I understand.
The only candles people buy now are the ones at Bath and Body Works, and they're in the big thing.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you burn the other end of them? How do you burn? There's no wick on the other side.
Yeah, I don't. There's a lot of things that people don't like. They did. I guarantee you, 80% of this audience didn't get my Jerry Lewis telethon mention.
I did, and Kelly did, and that's really all that matters.
Did I don't know if I've told this. See, because I'm getting old, and the older you get, the more like Joe Biden you get, and the more like Joe Biden you get, the more you repeat yourself. The more you repeat yourself, the more. So what happened was, I'm sure I've told this story before, but at work, where I'm surrounded by millennials and Gen Z and all this stuff. Yeah, no, I'm the codger. And so one day we're having this discussion, and I was talking about Cheers, and I was talking about how Frasier was a better show and all this stuff.
It was.
And do you know Martin? I don't know if you remember him at all.
I do.
Brad. Okay, so Martin was sitting there. So Martin, our coworker, is who I'm referring to.
Martin. It's Martin. It's not Martin.
I know. Well, she's talking about the show.
Mountain.
I'm talking about the show.
See? Look at me, man. I can have two conversations at once. And so he goes, he was looking it up on his phone. He's like, dude, you said he was a radio psychiatrist. He was a pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. And I'm like, what the hell? That is the day. That is the day that I realized I'm old and everyone else around me is young. So anyway, here we are. Okay, let's talk about this.
I remember when Fernando Valenzuela was drug across the border into LA to pitch for the Dodgers, and now he's dead.
Oh.
Okay, hold on a second. There's a gap.
That's what I'm saying. I've from the very beginning to the end.
There's a gap. See, I was making a Sam Malone reference. You actually went to the MLB. My goodness.
I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Okay, see
Fernando Valenzuela was like this phenomenal pitcher. I don't even like baseball, but back when did they drag him across the border? In the 80s?
Wait a minute. I don't.
You don't remember Fernando Valenzuela?
Of course, I remember him. Absolutely, I remember him because the Dodgers beat the Braves all the time. I don't quite remember the dragging across the Mexican border story.
They may not drug him across, but he lived in Mexico, and they drug him across the border and put a baseball in his hand and said, "Here, throw the ball at the catcher."
Okay, I didn't know exactly. Okay, so I thought maybe there was an actual story of him, and so look at this. Rebecca, who joins us on Fridays at 3 p.m.
The Viking.
The Viking says, Keith, you're not old until you start talking about your malfunctioning body parts in the waiting room at the doctor's office. Someone needs to read more of my tweets because I've already gotten to that point in my life. Biden doesn't remember what a doctor is. Yeah, that's a fact. Okay,
that's true.
All right, this 3-eye atlas thing. Tomorrow is a very big day because it gets very close to Mars. And I guess we have something there that's going to take a picture of it. It's still only going to be 18 million miles away. I forget what it was. So,
well, and all of our and it's not just our sensors either. They've got because we can't see the damn thing right now because it's in the sun, or it's going to be, against the sun. And you shouldn't stare at the sun, which is weird that they tell you not to stare at the sun because you can't anyway. Didn't we have this conversation before? Have you tried to stare at the sun?
Off air, I think you and I had this conversation.
Yeah, you cannot stare at the sun. It's almost impossible.
I was, hey, Rebecca, listen up. I think I was bitching to Brad about like, hey, why is it that if I have to sneeze, I look up at the light, and then you go, just don't stare at the sun. Have you ever tried to stare at the sun? So yeah, we've talked about malfunctioning.
Right. So there you go. So anyway, we're not going to be able to see it, and the two like little satellite things that we have there do you think we only have two? Because I'm thinking
two what?
Two little satellites flying.
22,000
lunar probes.
Hell, in that. Lunar probes.
If you know what I mean.
There's always more than what the
doing the Pomeranian.
Oh no. Walking the Pomeranian. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true. You're right. You don't want to do the Pomeranian, especially with the lunar probe.
I hear though that it has a machine head. Okay.
But what sun is it? Is it the LED sun that they've been putting out for the last couple of years?
Nice. So yeah, that's not an energy efficient sun.
Not well. But tell me, maybe I'm going off too much on a tangent on this, that the sun doesn't look different right now than it did when we were kids. It was like yellow and warm, and now it's like bright white, and it makes your eyes bleed.
Hold on. Are you contending that the sun is different now than when we were kids?
I mean, that's
prove that it's not.
Yeah, I like this because I know the sky. I've heard a lot of people talk about the color of the sky, the blue and stuff,
Things are different
because of the spraying and everything.
Yeah,
so what's causing the sun to change colors?
That I don't know. All I know is that it's different. It looks like an LED bulb now. Like when we were kids, it was yellow, right?
Does it use the same amount of wattage though?
It could be that they just cleaned the dome.
Oh, yeah.
If they cleaned the dome, then it's possible the sun would have
the firmament got a little polish.
Yeah.
So what did he say?
Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
What did Avi Loeb say about the WoW 1970 whatever year message that it's connected to that?
That this machine I call it a machine. What is it? Is it a rock? Is it a machine? We don't even know what the hell.
They're still calling it a comet at this point.
which is what they would do
Which
if
is what
they
would do.
because they
Well, they're
lie
calling
to
it a
us.
comet. I keep calling it a damn asteroid.
Or
So that's right. It's a.
yeah.
Let's just call it a ship.
Let's call it a
And
ship.
and
I mean, you're talking to a guy who could barely do long division in elementary school and middle school. So I don't know that I'm the best one for these definitions.
well,
you
so
got-
he says it could have been the WoW because apparently it it was in the same area.
Yes.
And I had that
When it was
somewhere.
1977 when they found the WoW signal and they
Kimmershaw.
traced like its path or something to where it would have been in 1977, and it's like right in the neighborhood, right in the same thing.
Have you heard the WoW signal?
Hang on,
I
cataracts
have
make
heard
the
the
guy
WoW
look
signal.
different. Uh-oh.
I have astigmatism.
Oh
Probably
no!
it, I know.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, so what's the? If I put this up,
Cataracts are good, but Lincolns are better. This is
and we are full of them today, bro.
Yeah. This is the WoW signal.
Yeah.
Do you have the volume up on it?
I don't control volume. You got it.
Yeah, you didn't know. You. That's the signal in 1977. And didn't it was the hell was the telescope in Puerto Rico called? The one that fell down?
That was the
Arecibo.
Yeah.
Okay. That was the James Bond one, right?
The James Bond one.
I think so. But that was the signal and in 70, so almost 50 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it may be that was it could have been that signal if we were able to decode it would say, hey, we're going to be back in about 50 years.
Yeah,
And
Do you need anything from HEB?
Right. And this time we're packing.
Ooh.
Dang, bro.
What?
Are y'all watching Alien Earth? Have y'all watched that yet?
No, I'm too busy doing these crazy lives.
Oh my God, you should watch it.
Okay.
I've never heard of it.
Alien Earth.
They're
Yeah,
going
I
to
think
kill
it's
us.
on Hulu right now.
Hmm.
It's like you remember the Alien movies from the 80s?
Oh.
Yeah, it's like a continuation of that for now, but like all the people are like cyborgs or like half AI and stuff, and then the aliens are loose on the earth. But it kind of reminds me of this. I'm like, but is it predictive programming? Are they prepping us for something?
Remember Colony?
I do remember Colony.
Colony was good right up until the last episode, which sucked.
I don't get out much. I'm sorry. And I just had an epiphany here while y'all were talking.
Hello.
I started to
You
do
need-
the little
you need to
alien
clean up?
thing. I just realized I just realized why all of my shirt collars when I was a kid were so saggy in the front. That was
Because you were
always
doing
doing that
Alien all the time.
stupid impression. Okay, so all right, let me see if I have any more. So it's 3 miles long now. They're
It's the
saying.
size of Manhattan is what they are saying.
I hope
But
that's what it hit. Sorry.
yeah, because I grokked it, and there's all kinds of just
Wait, is that a
weird-
verb now?
grokked it? Like Googled it.
You
yeah,
Googled it.
Google
I
is
like it.
so 2020. We're grokking now.
Google. So funny.
But there's just all kinds of anomalies with its weight,
Yeah.
what it's made up of, its speed, I guess, because I guess normal comets, when they get close to the sun, they catch like the solar wind and slow down and start to wobble. And this has not. And I think it actually sped up a little bit.
Did it
Like it's
really?
just
For
not
real?
behaving at all. And there's been a couple other ones, and I tried to write them down, but the words are just absolutely
Big words.
unpronounceable.
We don't do big words. on
Right. There's 2 big comets that have kind of been like in our solar system, in the last few years. So they're kind of comparing it to those, and it's nothing like those either. But this is my problem with the 3i Atlas, because it came out like over the summer. I think it was July. And the first thing they started telling us was there's a hostile alien, and that kind of like got my attention. Like, how in God's name could you understand the intent of anything, whether it be hostile? So I'm like, okay, what are they doing?
But it's the dark forest theory.
That's my favorite theory.
So you don't want to be out in the dark forest going, "Hey, it's me," because
Mhm.
and you're down. So
Oh yeah, no, we're
and-
cooked. If
so
this
it's
can-
likely that they probably aren't friendly.
Am I supposed to put this on the screen?
Well, yeah, that's the size comparison. and
Oh.
we're always about sizes. And I don't want to
Yeah,
say
that was the name, Amuwana Nana.
I'm a mama. That's
Mama.
the one that was back in, what was it, 2017?
Something like that, yeah.
And we don't know what the hell these things look like either, because it's all guesses based on reflected light. So these are the new 3i Atlas may or may not look like a sex toy.
Honestly, the way they did this, it's coming.
Right.
Is it? Because that's gonna be a problem. So my gosh, what is
wrong with you?
oh, yeah, let's go. We get the church version of Brad on Thursday.
Church version.
If Oumuamua didn't do it for you, 3i Atlas, you might want to step up to the new improved sauce.
Stand by, because it's coming.
But they also said that it has metallic-like reflectivity, and the light bounces off of it, similar to polished ice.
I don't.
Which both of those took me right back to sex toys. So okay.
But when is it supposed to actually? If it were to get,
I think it's mid-December.
Mid-December.
I think. It could be late November,
it's invisible to us for what? From September.
Because it's taking the long way. It's going behind the sun.
Way.
That's cute.
It has a tail. I just sent you a tweet. Like some YouTuber took a picture of it against the sun, and then Twitter did its thing and enhanced it, and it's got some weird looking like spiky long tail coming off of it.
Oh.
Isn't that the outgassing? Is that, I haven't seen it, but isn't that what they say? The heat from the sun is heating it up, and it's spewing out the schniz, and that's the technical term. And
hashtag it's coming.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
And we all know why it's going around the sun. We learned that from the documentary Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home.
Is it hiding?
It's slingshotting around the sun so that they can hit warp speed and travel back in time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah. Because that's what happens when you go around the sun.
Can you tell?
The last thing that was weird that I found too was its dust. Apparently, our regular comets and asteroids, whatever, have like a bluish dust behind them. This one's red. And they're saying that indicates like organic matter.
Well, stay tuned, kids. Stay tuned.
And here's the worst part of all of it is that who are we having to depend on for all this
NASA.
And how much trust do we have in NASA?
Zero.
So
I would like to remind y'all that on December 11th, that will be the day of our next Barfly episode. So we will have a whole lot more information on the old 3i.
That should be pretty close to when it comes.
We may be in captivity at that point. I don't know.
Love it.
We might be doing the show from a ship.
Yes.
Okay, what's this thing here? We got a asteroid that could be not a problem at all if we're not, if we've already been taken aboard a ship to another galaxy. But in 2032, we got an asteroid YR4 has did I see a 20% chance that this thing could hit the moon? And we're thinking about nuking it, which is absolutely asinine. Think of
especially since Bruce Willis is down.
He's
man, bless his heart. That's true. But that's never a good idea to nuke space. Like, talk about the dark forest theory. Well, and ufology, like the biggest chunk of like sightings and experiences, like the across time has always been like they're interested in nukes and they shut nuclear facilities down and all of that. Like, and we're gonna go like in their house and set off a nuke. Like, that doesn't sound like a great idea.
Hang on a second. Hang on. I swear I heard a report that said 20% chance that it was going to hit the moon. This story says it's peaked at a 3.1% chance of hitting the moon. So I don't know who to believe. Oh, I bet it was NASA. I bet NASA was.
NASA scientists consider blowing up city killer asteroid with a low but notable chance of hitting our moon. This asteroid is blah, blah, blah. 3%. Oh, wait, 3% chance of hitting the Earth. Since then, the trajectory models have been refined, and it's no longer believed it has a chance of hitting Earth, but it does have a 4% chance of hitting them. They have no freaking idea.
They don't. They change it every story. And even if it was going to hit the Earth, you think they would tell us? No.
Would you want to know? Would you want to know?
Hell yeah, man. I want to know because I want to.
Maybe.
I want to see it.
Betty from accounting is waiting.
But then why are all of them making these underground bunkers?
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole nother. That's a good idea for another deep dive. Right
and we should not be worried about the moon because if it looks like it is going to hit the moon, that's when we will learn that the moon is actually an observation post. The door will open, the little laser will pop up out, and it'll hit and then back into the moon. And it's like, did you see something? Nope, I didn't see anything. Nope. What do you mean? I saw nothing. And then we'll be right back to where we are now. I love
this. This is so.
You gotta go in like deep corners of Twitter, but like there's little videos all the time of like amateur astronomers, and they'll get their little telescopes on the moon, but they'll go into like some crater or something, and you see like a little green light coming out. Boom!
The moon is weird.
It's insane.
The moon is really weird.
It really is.
So, well, speaking of the moon being weird, we have coral reef. They're calling in quotes coral reef rock on Mars, and they're saying it might be a sign of ancient water. So there you go. I don't know if you.
What's that thing? What's the bright thing down at the bottom on the right?
Looks like this.
That's an earbud that one of the astronauts left behind.
An earbud. Stop.
Look at that. That looks like an earbud.
It does look like an earbud.
Oh my gosh, I'm nervous, y'all. I did a load of laundry yesterday, and then when I went to the washing machine,
don't you have a woman for that?
I had an earbud that was like magnetic against the side of the thing. I'm afraid to even try to.
Oh,
I'd put that in your ear.
I'd put it in your. I'll put it in your ear for you.
What?
Okay. I regret talking about that. So, okay. They had this. They had a sample from one of the Apollo moon missions, and they. Okay, I don't know if to give them the benefit of the doubt or to call bullshit, but they're saying. So we had this sample from the moon, okay, and what it told them, I don't even care about. It's the process. They said we had this sample that we set aside that we got from the moon, some lunar dirt, and we said, hey, you know what? One day we're going to have the technology to really analyze this really well. And so they're like, well, that day is today. And they're saying that, hey, look, there's an evidence of a landslide. We don't know what caused it, but there was a landslide on the moon back whenever olden times. And so they're saying we specifically set this aside waiting for technology, and now we have it, and so we studied it, and we were able to tell. First of all, I don't know how the hell you tell there was a landslide from a surface
how are there
sample.
landslides if there's no gravity?
No, there's some gravity.
Yeah,
it's just not
1/6 or something. Yeah. But you know what? I don't even care
what mountains on the moon, are there?
I don't care what the rocks told them. Are we believing that they just labeled it and set it aside and they're like, hey, one day we'll pull this out when we because do you sit here today and think one day I'll get around to fill in the blank once I have the means to do that? And I'm not talking about money, I'm talking about technology. Nobody thinks like that. Come on. You try it then, and then you save it, and you're like, we'll test it again. They say that they never tested it specifically with in mind that one day they would be able to. It's the stupidest damn
They're
thing.
the same people who threw away the instructions to the moon and threw away the original videotapes shot on the moon, but they kept the moon dust, rock, whatever.
That's a good.
They can't keep track of their own story.
That's a good.
And by the way, it is in fact still illegal for private citizens to own moon rocks. Just so you know.
Really, I didn't know that.
It's also
isn't that crazy?
Illegal for people to take parts of Hawaii volcanic rocks, but I may or may not know someone who did.
Oh my God, I have some too from the Black Beach.
Yeah, that's where it's from. Hypothetically.
Too bad you lost him on that horrible boating accident, along with all the guns.
No, I did not lose my guns on any damn boating accident. They're ready.
They're ready.
So okay. Let's see. Oh, there's this story about our universe being trapped inside of a black hole. Like they're saying that that's one of the distinct possibilities, and the same story.
Why wouldn't we be?
I mean That's more promising than 3-Eye Atlas, if you ask me.
That's probably true.
Let's go. So
didn't Elon say that there's like it's exponentially more possible that we are not living in base reality?
Talk to Brad. Brad, we have got to. I'm going to email myself a reminder because I only trust me. You know what? I am going to email myself a reminder. Brad, on 12/11, we need to talk about your Matrix stuff. Okay, we're living in a Matrix
the simulation.
The simulation. I want to really explore that on 12/11.
It sure seems like we are.
I mean, I wouldn't have stopped you there and said we need to revisit it if I didn't think that.
I mean, there's a lot of things that that would answer the why to a lot of stuff.
Sure as shit would. Yep.
Didn't we talk about this with the white cars? And if you see cars that are colored, then you're not in the simulation. You're more closely related to or closer to the baseline. Was something about white cars.
I don't know where this is going.
Maybe Brad was on the bench for that.
I'm invested.
Episode. It was something along the lines of like people started noticing, and I've seen this before, that like almost all the cars are white now, right? Like my car's white.
Oh,
but the more colorful
sounds racidy.
It's the simulation, like overloading. They did some reset like years ago and like turned all the cars to white. But like if you're somebody that sees more color cars, like if you see an orange car or this or that, then you're like closer to the baseline than you are the simulation.
Isn't that the woman in the red dress from Matrix?
Yes. Take the red pill.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's.
I gotta watch those again. It's been too long.
So good.
You know, the weird thing is the directors aren't alive, don't exist anymore.
Yeah. Now they're chicks, both of them. That's crazy how that happens.
What are the odds of that happening?
I always wanted a brother. Well, check that. I always wanted a sister. I mean, they are. Oh, yeah, me too. Odds? Well, let's make it happen.
Make it happen. Well, then they said something else because somebody brought up a point. You know, I'm on all the weird corners of Twitter that the way that they escaped the Matrix was a payphone. Well, what did they take from us? Payphones. We all have our own cell phones now, so we're stuck in the Matrix.
That's a really good point.
That is too good of a point.
We're stuck. They trapped us.
Okay, so there's a little nugget from the story about us being
You're
in
a little
black
nugget.
hole.
Sorry.
Okay. Our universe has been around for this. Listen to this. How do they know this? 95. Listen to this sentence. 95% of the cosmos is still undiscovered. How the hell do you know it's undiscovered?
Right.
How do you know it's 95%? I hadn't even started drinking yet, and I can't even speak.
But
I couldn't even say the word anomaly earlier. I think I was saying it, but it didn't feel. You ever said that? Like said a word and it doesn't sound right. Or
yes.
Wrote a
and
word.
You're like, wait.
Is that a glitch in the Matrix?
That probably is a glitch in the Matrix.
Okay.
No, but putting a number on it, like 95%, insinuates that we know where the limit is.
Right.
Because the limit would be 100%. But we don't know where the limit is.
No, they're guessing.
That's retarded.
Totally. By the way, there's your glitch in the Matrix right there.
Look at that. I saw a working payphone in South Dakota too.
Oh,
a couple years ago.
Use it. Escape the Matrix, Ben.
Man, I should go back.
I would have just unbolted it and taken it.
I see the picture that you've got down here ready to go, Brad. I don't know that I want to see it in full blown color. Here we go.
Don't be pussy.
That's the brothers who became sisters that gave us the Matrix.
As a woman, I'm offended that they think that that's what women look like.
I mean, y'all gonna have to try harder than that.
Push-up bra and some lipstick that complements your complexion, please. Being lazy.
Kelly, before we get off of the extraterrestrial hijinks and whatnot, what's this all about? What's that sphere? Because you've been at the tip of the sphere. That was not. I did not. I swear. That was
But,
so bad that I have to make it clear that I stumbled into that.
Or should I clear that? Should I clear the air from that one?
Oh yeah, that's right. Good job.
No, that one was fun because we talked about the spheres a couple of
Yeah.
months ago.
Yep.
And this one, somebody finally like carbon dated it, right? Which, I mean, there's all kinds of chatter on how accurate carbon dating is, but it's interesting because they said that it is 12,560 years old.
How do you carbon date something that isn't organic? Doesn't it?
Oh, that I don't know.
It has to have some
kind of organic matter.
Yeah.
Where's your grok now, Kelly?
Where is my grok now? Grok, you did me dirty.
Right.
But my thought process was, if this is true,
Yeah.
the 12,000-year-old spheres, what was humanity doing 12,000 years ago? Well, it was the end of the Ice Age. It was technically the late Paleolithic, early Mesolithic period. We were hunter-gatherers at that point.
And Brad and I were watching Cheers on NBC.
Yeah, bless y'all's hearts. We were making stone tools and antler tools. But then I went even further on this and I was like, okay, is there any kind of evidence that these people saw this? And they actually did. So in India, 10,000 years ago, which is pretty close to this time, they have the Charma rock paintings, which show flying spheres. Ancient Egypt has this winged solar disk that they painted about 10,000 years ago. The Romans, and the Aztecs were a little bit more newer, around 2,500, 5,000 BC.
That looks a little Aztec.
Yeah, it does.
But why are these ancient civilizations drawing flying spheres? And they were all around like their leaders and their gods and their kings and stuff like that. And the scientists are calling them divine symbols.
That looks like a circuit printout.
It does. It looks like a motherboard.
Good call. Good call.
See, the problem with the description of where mankind was 12,000 years ago is, I think it's starting to all fall apart because
agreed.
If you look at like the Sphinx, which now don't they think the Sphinx may be 12,000 years old?
At least.
And Göbekli Tepe, at least 12,000 years old. The pyramids, which I hate, they're probably older than what we have assumed they are.
Very much so.
And we weren't working with copper chisels and rocks as hammers. I'm done with that whole stupid theory. They had machines 10,000 years ago.
Have you ever gone down the out of place artifacts rabbit hole? That one's fun. There's one in Texas up near you guys.
That's
somewhere
the hammer,
up near
right?
Dallas.
Is that the hammer embedded in the?
Yes.
What?
And it's like fossilized or something.
Text me right now. Stop I don't know what you're doing right now. I don't even want to hear that you're doing a live stream. I want you to text me what you're talking about because I have.
You find it. You find it, Brad, and I'll tell him. It's up there. I think it's like near Glen Rose. I think
called the London Hammer.
They found this hammerhead, embedded in a rock, and it had fossilized. And they, worked backwards, and like the stage of fossilization that it's at. It had to have been like 5 million years old or something crazy like that. Embedded in a rock. It's up near you guys.
Yeah, I just sent you it's the Wikipedia page, but it's called the London Hammer.
That's what it is, yeah.
And I don't know what to make of it.
Okay, well,
there's the Baghdad battery. That one's interesting.
That's in
Baghdad?
I think so. Oh, I'm glad you said that because
you just reminded me of something when you said something embedded. We're trying to figure out this skull that it's like a horn, but I think they're going to do some more looking into it just to see if it's just a hatchet that got fossilized over.
Ooh.
But I'd rather just be a unicorn,
Well, there's all kinds of stories of them finding giant bones, and
it could be a cell phone holder.
Could be a cell phone holder, right? Yeah.
Wouldn't that be convenient?
Right. Because then you could prop it up, and then you wouldn't have to.
And you'd never lose your earbuds on the moon.
If I could have an extra little, like a baby arm right out of my forehead. And it could hold the phone and beer
No,
and stuff.
You don't want it there. You want it here on the chin, because that's more. Because then you want it right in front of your face, to drink
how
or
boys
watch your
think.
deal. You don't want it up here. That's
Reminds me of a joke about walnuts.
You could tuck it up, yeah.
What?
No.
What? No, you don't want to know what.
I don't actually.
Anyway, I don't even know what I was looking for now. I'm so
You're
lost.
looking for the London Hammer.
Oh, it's here. Here's a bunch of stuff.
Hold on.
What?
Do you guys remember when that knocking was happening with the astronauts that were stranded up in space and they think they figured out what it was and it was nothing? Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Okay. Well, I just stumbled on this article. It says a Chinese astronaut heard a sound in space that hasn't been explained, and that was over 20 years ago, and it happened on 2 occasions. And so, just to your point, there's so much more happening up there than
they'll never tell us.
They won't.
Well, there's a whole video. I think it's Neil Arm. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
What is this? What are we looking at here? And this is in
That's
Glen
the
Rose.
London Hammer. It's up somewhere near you guys. Everything is
the
Dallas.
explanation is that minerals in the water and stuff. It's not nearly as it's probably 100 years old, and it's minerals in the water that look like it could be made out of rock and blah blah blah. So,
is it on display somewhere?
How did it get embedded in rock?
Well, but the idea is that it was originally like in mud, and the mud just solidified. Where or when?
When?
I sent you the Wikipedia page.
Oh,
I don't remember.
Let's see here. Hang on, I'll tell you in a second here. Got to click on my. Got to go to my deal.
It's been a few years.
It's the London Hammer, 1936.
Oh, I was off.
Okay. There you go.
Found in London, Texas.
So
there you go.
I mean, the explanations are always it's not nearly as it's the mud and mud turned hard and blah blah blah.
And then,
but it like fossilized. So like what I was reading is
it's kind of fun.
What like it oxidized into something that would normally the process would be like 5 million years or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
The actual hammer, not the rock around it.
Well, this is a perfect example of something they could carbon date because there's wood.
There's wood.
Oh yeah.
But did they carbon date it?
Would they tell us if they did?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
That's the problem we have with everything that we look into is that who the hell knows?
Hey.
By the way, carbon-14 dating has not been performed on the London Hammer. That's weird.
Why would they?
Primarily because its age would exceed the method's effective range.
Wait a minute. Wait, no, not if it was 100 years ago or 200 years, and it just. Oh my gosh, they don't want to ruin the gimmick in case it's.
Skeptics believe the hammer is a 19th century tool that became trapped in a naturally formed concretion.
Exactly.
There's a new word. Concretion of much younger. It sounds really kind of much younger rock rather than the hammer being ancient.
Yeah, and see, they don't want to carbon date it because then the jig is up.
The jig is up. Well, I mean, look at our news. If the news is this fake now, like, what is history?
Oh my gosh, okay. Now my brain can't. Okay,
I know it hurts.
I want to play this for you because I hope everybody's up to date on your tetanus shots.
Oh God,
tetanus is a scam.
A rusty nail. You should have had a tetanus shot, right? Oh. Well, that's what we've been told. The tetanus shot changed everything for me. It was the last toxin I ever had injected in my body, and it made me so incredibly sick that it forced me to look into what was actually in it. Believe it or not, tetanus vaccines are usually made from rotting organs, something worth knowing if you're a vegan or vegetarian.
What?
They use cow heart and boil it in water to create an environment for Clostridium tetani, the bacteria that produces the tetanus toxin, to grow. They then neutralize the toxin with formaldehyde and mix it with aluminum adjuvants. No wonder it made me feel like death. Another thing that people should know is that tetanus doesn't even come from rust at all. It actually comes from a bacteria that lives in horse or cow manure and sometimes soil or dust. So unless you're working on a farm or walking barefoot through manure, your risk of tetanus is extremely low. And if you have a milk allergy, the tetanus vaccine contains casein and can cause fatal anaphylaxis, yet most people are never warned about this. Getting the booster every 10 years is also another vaccine schedule joke, as studies have shown that there's no difference in protection between people who get the booster every 10 years versus those who receive it every 30. But here's the wildest part. Even if you're one of the less than 30 cases in the US each year and you actually get exposed through a deep oxygen-deprived wound, an additional shot, which is the protocol, wouldn't even help you because it takes 2 to 7 weeks to build antibodies after the shot.
What?
If you're already infected, it's too late. Instead, just take 1 gram of vitamin C, preferably from a whole food source, for 5 to 7 days. In a clinical study, this approach resulted in 100% survival in children with tetanus and significantly reduced mortality in adults. We don't need more vaccines. We need more truth, man. A little more vitamin C.
Yeah.
Amen, cowboy.
Okay, cowboy. All right, so there you go. Tetanus shot.
Yeah, the tetanus is a scam because
They're all scams. I'm so
sorry.
glad the other day when Trump came out and he was talking about like the hepatitis vaccine that they give to babies at birth. That's an STD.
What are we doing?
Like, what are we doing?
What?
are we
Wait,
doing?
what?
So when you have a baby in the hospital, they give them around.
So you're saying men can have babies?
Yes, men can have babies. Don't you know it's 2025? What
I
is
forgot.
a woman?
Sorry.
But one of them is the hepatitis vaccine. Hepatitis is an STD. Why are we giving newborns a hepatitis vaccine?
But can
Right,
you
no,
have,
no,
like,
no. Yeah,
but hepatitis in one of them like a liver disease?
Well, that's what it does. It affects your liver. You can it's either sexually transmitted or you
Right.
get it from sharing dirty needles, like either like heroin needles, or people get them from tattoos, like jailhouse
Oh.
tattoos and stuff. But like that's like you don't, like walk through
Correct.
Walmart and somebody sneeze on you and you get hepatitis.
it's just one of those damn vaccines that was just rubber stamped because somebody needed a padded portfolio, and they don't care if it made sense that it was an
No.
STD or what too many vaccines were going to do to kids. They didn't care. But
Don't
yes,
care.
it makes no sense to
Zero
give
sense.
an STD level vaccine to a newborn.
They're already asking me for my kids. My little kids are, 8 and 10. And last year, I think they started asking me if I wanted to give them the Gardasil vaccine, which is the HPV, which is another sexually transmitted disease. And I'm like,
Yeah.
he's 9.
Right.
What?
Brad, our mutual friend Zay has talked about this, that, I mean, it destroyed her.
Yeah.
That Gardasil
I've
thing.
seen some really
wow.
bad stories about that
She
one.
has had a nightmare for, I guess, probably 15 years now.
Oh,
and-
that's awful.
Yeah, it is really bad. By the way, that skull that I showed you a picture of, it's been dated at 300,000 years. So, and it was found in Greece.
300,000
Just so you know, 3,000-year-old skull with a horn.
That's another thing I've always had a problem with. My youngest son and I were watching, I think it's on Netflix, and it's like stories of cavemen and everything, and like the evolution of cavemen and then into like hunter gatherers. And the whole movie, like the first hour and a half, goes into like the caveman stages, like from monkeys to living in cages, right? And that was hundreds of thousands of years. And we were living in caves like the whole time. And then all of a sudden, like within the last 10, 15,000 years, like we exploded and now we're like on the moon and have AI and shit. Like what? How could there not be some kind of intervention?
So you're saying we got a little 5,000-year leap from aliens?
Got a little
Nice.
Something.
the RH negative people.
RH negative
down.
people are yeah, there are representatives here in the universe. So I don't know that I want to spend a lot of time on this. I was looking for video, I couldn't find it. It was just still shots in this story, but it made me think of something else. Camera trap in Chile detects strange lights blazing through the wilderness. Researchers are scrambling to explain them. They're saying that out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, no people live, whatever. That they came through.
That's Martha.
That's what I wanted to talk about. The Marfa lights. And see, I am pissed because the way my trip that I just took out west.
You didn't go?
I was there during the day.
Oh.
During the day.
Yeah.
But I talked to somebody who may join us. She may join us on one of these little deep dives or something. We were talking about and she was as disappointed in me as I was in myself for not being there at night, because she described how, because she lives in that town, and she talks about on a regular basis. She told me about the road you drive to, how frequent they show up, which apparently is all the damn time. But she says that in her living room, and I want her to tell the full story here, but she said she would be sitting in her living room, and if she's and they would come into her house. They would she's sitting on the couch. They would come into her house, hang out for a little bit, and then leave. And she said that if she was in a good mood, they'd move around fast. she said if she was kind of depressed or down, then they would just be really slowly.
Like ball lightning?
They would match her mood. Yeah, I didn't get that.
I've heard stories like this.
Right? And it's like, okay, were you high? No. Like seriously, you have to ask that question. And I have got to be the next time I'm out there, it's got to be after dark. And I'm so pissed because I was
Road
so
trip.
low. Like where I was spending the night was not far from there, damn it. But anyway.
Let me just tell you, Marfa is not cheap. Get a hotel room in Marfa, it is not cheap.
I've never been there actually. That's like
It's,
the one corner of Texas I have not been to.
It's turned into like an artsy fartsy community, and so property there is expensive, and hotel rooms are expensive, and it is BF Egypt out there. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
It's a drive.
I think it's like 8 hours from Austin or something. How long is it for y'all?
Wait a minute.
8 or 10, right?
I forgot for a moment there. I thought it was Friday. Okay.
I keep having that feeling too, and it's like,
yeah,
wait,
it's a long drive. And in fact, Brad, were we talking on this show? Yeah, you had talked about going through a town called Balmaria. Okay.
yeah,
Oh, I've heard about that. Yeah.
Okay, so Balmaria, we've talked about how
which
it was named
sounds like
after...
an STD.
Right,
Oh
thank
my
you.
God.
It's named after 3 developers who tried to build up the area, and I'm sure they could have combined the letters to make it a little bit different than Balmaria. But what I want to point out is I found myself driving through there on the way back here about a month ago, and it is actually a super cool town. There is a main street that goes through. See if you can find like Balmaria State Park or something like that.
I'll look it up for
So
you.
in the middle of the town is this basically this Roman swimming pool, bathing pool, whatever. And so the whole community was just hanging out there in this. And then the really cool thing is that as you're driving down the main street, there's these little canals on either side that they're about, I don't want to, no more than
Water is
5 or 6.
gorgeous for Texas.
Wow, no kidding.
Because they have this spring apparently, and there were kids along this main street playing in this 5-6 foot wide canal because the water's coming out from under the ground. It is fascinating, man.
That's
It's like little Venice or something there.
Yeah.
It is wild.
But it is
dude.
some
straight
pretty
desert all
water.
around it.
Hang on a second, let me get
The
this.
springs always make me scared.
Why? What's that?
Have
think
you
it's
been
a
to like
Leviathan?
Jacob's Well?
Oh yeah.
That's so
What's that all
scary.
about?
But
What-
no,
what-
not for
what-
me.
What's
They
Jacob's
can-
Well?
It's down near Wimberley, and it's like a
Mhm.
spring like that too, and it's just this hole, and the water's really clear because it's a spring. But man,
But
it's
people have died in there because
People
they
have died
scuba
in there.
dived and
What?
but the thing is they try to go into places down in there that are just so narrow they have to
Not
take
for
off
me.
their tank and leave it. It's
Mm-mm.
like, okay, if you're going to be that
Yeah.
crazy
No.
and
I'm not a
it's-
scuba diver.
right,
My
not-
husband
not
does
like that.
the scuba diving. Like we go to Turks and Caicos, and one side of the island is really shallow. Like you can go out like a mile and just be in waist deep water. The other side of the island is a shelf, and it drops down thousands of feet. But I guess like it like creates this coral reef or whatever with all these cool fish. And I'm like, the megalodon could be looking at
Yeah.
you right there, and you're in the megalodon's house. Like
Uh-huh.
you're gonna lose every time. Not for me.
Yeah, that's
And so I came in. I really do think that I
That
took
is
that
really
exact
cool
road
looking.
from left to right. And
Wow.
so I saw all these cars and stuff. I was like,
Did
people
you
here.
take a dip?
And then I turned right on that. So I just came in from the left to right, and then I turned, headed toward me.
Balmaria.
So I can so this you can kind of see the original natural outline of the little swimming hole, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's super
And
cool.
and then just built all the concrete stuff around it.
I'm telling you, man, you gotta spend some
It's pretty
time.
weird to have that like in the middle of Texas.
I
out
mean,
in the-
seriously. And that was
Mm-hmm.
the other thing I wanted to say is that if you get a chance, and I realize if you're like me, you're always on a tight schedule and stuff, but I had some time, man. And I stopped at these historical markers that would pop up, and I learned a lot of stuff on this trip. Ezra was on it for part of it, and we found some cool stuff out there.
Stop and smell the roses.
Oh man,
Look
and
at that.
yeah, look at that.
But
Look at
it's
that algae.
creepy.
That is creepy. But what I wanted to say is that there was this one historical marker out, I don't know, a couple hours from here, in the absolute middle of nowhere. And in fact, where this marker I'm about to mention was, I saw Border Patrol. Like I was like right at the border, and I say right at. I was within 20 miles of it. And there's this marker out there, and it says that there was this spring that was known for miles around, where people would just stop and let their horses drink. Like people would plan their route based on this one oasis, basically in the middle of the desert. I mean, it's just
because you need, because it's it's a good, like it was the QT of its time.
I was gonna say it's the Buc-ee's in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. Okay. I want to go back to something Kelly said there about Turks and Caicos.
My favorite place in the world.
Don't make me Google here, but how many islands is it, and how does it have two names? It's one island, right?
No, it's a chain of islands, kind of like the Bahamas.
So how's it get two names though? That's what I want to know.
That I don't know. I know that it is under it's under England's rule. Like when you go there, when you get out of the airport, there's a picture of the Queen, and they use the pounds and all that. Everybody, I mean, they're island people they speak English. Mm-hmm. It's supposedly like on a ley line. It is absolutely magical. If you've never been, highly recommend. The water is a color blue that I've never seen in my life. Like it's like hard to comprehend.
I knew of a sorority or two that was on a ley line. Are we on Fridays? It's
on a ley line.
Ley line. Wow. Okay. So, let me see what else I got here.
You know what ley lines are, though? That's something
I have no idea. That's why I was going to say. Sounds rough.
There's a bunch of historical sites, like Stonehenge is on a ley line.
What does that mean, a ley line?
They're like energy lines around the globe and stuff, and you can look them up.
It goes around the globe.
They go all the way around the globe.
Same parallel.
Mm-hmm. And there's all kinds of I think the pyramids are on one, but there's all kinds of archaeological sites that sit right on ley line.
They need a different name though.
It's Ley.
I don't care.
Original, by the way, the original name Turks and Caicos comes from two main sources. Turks refers to the Turk's head cactus, whose red fez-like top resembles a traditional Turkish hat, and Caicos is from the indigenous Lucayan term Kayahiko, which means I'll do you later. No, it means string of islands.
You know, the stuff you learn on this show, it's incredible. Who would have known that the Turks and Caicos was named after a cactus that's shaped like a whatever the hell you said. I think one of those sombrero.
Remember, you ain't never going to do it without the fez on.
Someone behind you just blinked. Don't be.
I should have had the Trump cats behind me. That was my favorite. Twitter really made me proud last night with the cat memes.
Her eyes were open a minute ago.
I know. That's what I'm saying, bro. I didn't want to give you the heebie-jeebies.
Who's that on the roof?
It's a surfboard guy or something.
It is a surfboard guy.
What's happening? You got the Beach Boys album cover shoot up there. What is going on? Okay, so did I send you? I don't even know if I sent you the Fort Knox video. I sent you.
No, you sent it in the email.
Whatever happened? Everybody wanted to get into Fort Knox,
and that's something. Whatever happened to exactly? Hold on, this feels like an Andy. Oh gosh, we're old.
Whatever happened?
What's
who's Andy? Grandpa used to watch Andy Rooney.
Fort Knox. Okay. I asked my intern, do you want to get into Fort Knox?
I've been there one time when I was like 10.
You did go there?
I did. We were staying at my grandparents' house in Kentucky, and my sister slammed my hand in the car door. And my pa had one of those old school cars that were like 10 million pounds.
Oh, no.
Broke my thumb.
Oh, no. And the only reason you remember that trip is because of that, right? Not because there was gold for people to see. Because if there was gold, it should be on the damn tour. Because I can go to the damn printing press here in Fort Worth and take a tour and look at them just spending my great-great-great-grandchildren's future right there and go, oh, what a fun, informative tour. Let's go to the gift shop, kids, and buy some of this ripped-up money. Oh, my God.
I didn't look for gold. I was too worried about my thumb at that point.
I bet you were. Was that before you went in or after?
What? Before I went in where?
When you got your
the Fort Knox.
Oh, well, we had to go there. My dad was in the military, and so we couldn't get, I couldn't go to a civilian hospital.
But I want to know when the thumb happened.
Oh, before.
Oh yeah.
Before we had to go to Fort Knox to get it all casted
You
up.
had a bad day.
It was a
Okay.
bad day.
So I sent you the video, and
Mhm.
I think I even said in the email, if I sent it, I said you don't have to watch this, but I just want to talk about the gold
Let's
at
see
Fort
it.
Knox, and what Brad just said is exactly the point I wanted to make. Was where happened to that audit? That's gone suspiciously quiet,
Mhm.
and also this is kind of a summary of that 10-minute video I sent y'all.
Yeah.
On August 15th, 1971, President Nixon signs an executive order removing the United States from the
Ooh.
gold standard. By going off the gold standard, there is no limit on the amount of money the government can create. So there is no limit to the size the government can grow. In 2011, IMF Managing Director Dominique Strauss-Kahn demanded an audit of the Fed's gold supply. Uh-oh! He was then arrested on charges of sex allegations and forced to retire. So
Wow.
yeah, and it's a fascinating story. I'll try to retweet that later.
Yeah, but the Treasury says there's still gold in there.
Oh yeah, you could trust them.
So why? I mean, I don't know why you would think there isn't, because they said there is.
You said there is. So what do you
This
want?
is in my bucket of frustrations with Cash and Bongino. Like, man,
It's
I
a-
had
it's a
really
big
high hopes
bucket.
for these guys, and they came out like swinging on it. We're like, yeah, and then we just forget about it.
Yeah, could you do me a favor, because I have had a brain fart all week,
Tell me.
and I'm gonna go back and prep for next week's show with Steve Baker, but Kelly's gonna save me some time. Can you say, Grok, around Memorial Day, what were the 3 promises Dan Bongino made on Fox and Friends? Because it was the pipe bomber for January 6th. It was the drugs found at the White House. And then it was the third one. He said, we're coming out with all these soon. In fact, one of them coming out. Yeah. And he said, like, one of them, like, he tried to basically made it sound like, if I remember the clip correctly, in a couple of weeks, we're going to know at least one of them. But all 3 of them were hot on the trail.
Yeah.
Well, but I can't remember what the third one was. Anyway, so if you can look that up and do my work for me, I sure would appreciate
Analyzing user requests.
Oh, yeah. Grok takes too long. I just want to point out.
He's the only one you should trust.
Okay. So
can't-
the 3 were
It.
one
Not
released the full Epstein files, which
That's
we
what
all
it
know.
was!
That was
How
the
dare I.
one. This is a quote that Grok pulled. The American people deserve the truth. No more delays or redactions to protect the elite. Where are you, Cash? Number 2, declassify all January 6th documents, which they did give us the Fed info,
Yeah.
Is this the Dan
breadcrumbs.
Bongino, Fox and Friends? I'm not talking about the Cash and Bongino with Bartiromo. I'm just checking to make sure.
Okay, the third one is investigate and prosecute FBI and DOJ corrupt actors,
Get out.
i.e., Crossfire Hurricane, Hunter Biden's laptop, FISA abuses. He goes, this is what he said. This is another quote. No more slaps on the wrist. We'll clean house and restore the FBI to its original mission.
It comes with jokes. That's awesome. Okay,
Bring
let me
that
just
Cash at me.
can I just point out that the whistleblowers, they were the agreement, because you remember there was big fanfare. Cash tweeted out. In fact, it was back in August.
Okay.
And again, Steve Baker and I will get in this more, but I just want to lay the groundwork.
Hit me.
Thursday night last week, September 25th.
Okay.
That was the deadline set to reinstate our beloved hero whistleblowers. That deadline has passed, at least for the majority of them, from my understanding. Okay? Now, I'm just letting you know, from my understanding, that has not happened at all.
Which whistleblowers?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I'm not going to reveal which whistleblowers because I don't know all of them that affected. But I can tell you that it definitely affected some. Let's put it that way. That, in other words, the agreement was made, deadline passed, the government reneged on an agreement. Big shock there. It's been happening since.
There is a story about Chuck Grassley, though, helping reinstate an FBI whistleblower.
And what's the date on that story?
July 30th, 25.
Thank you. All right. So anyway, we will be discussing all of this with Steve Baker next Thursday at this time.
And to all of this, because I agree, it hasn't moved fast enough for me either, which makes me think, because if there's one person I do trust, it's Dan Bongino. I don't know.
He's been very quiet. He has been very quiet. And
yes,
that is so unlike him that there is something up where he is, and I don't want to say pushing papers, but he is not involved to the level that he was before from my vantage point.
I agree with that.
And I think that he is so honorable, Brad, that I think that in order to, I don't want to say keep him quiet, but basically let's keep Dan over here because he's not gonna be able to keep it together. We're driving him nuts.
Oh yeah, and that's my point. Is I think the forces that they are up against, up there in DC, that anybody who's trying to fight for good, the forces of evil, let's say in DC, are so incredibly strong and deep and wide and all that it's
that poor man. But see, how bad would it look if he resigned? So in other words, I think that this is all speculation on my part, and we'll get into it more with Steve Baker next week. That Dan's a good man. That's what I'm trying to say. And I think they're doing what they can to kind of keep him.
Well, you hear
why don't you go over here in color?
Every other week I see something that's like Bongino's resigning next week, and then it gets quiet, and then he's resigning again, there's some weird going on.
Secret Service rumor.
I don't know what that is. What now? Oh, that he was going to head that up?
That he was going to move over to the...
I've heard that too, yeah.
Interesting.
Was it in his book or was it an interview? My favorite thing ever that he was talking about when he was Hillary's Secret Service guy, and he was like, she is the epitome of evil.
Okay. See, that's weird because I knew a guy in Vegas who a journalist, a videographer, and he had to mic her up a couple of times. He said she was the nicest person in the world.
Interesting.
Isn't that weird?
Well, they also say that about serial killers. Every single serial
true.
killer is like, the neighbor's like, he was a great guy.
Hey, I want to warn the audience.
A quiet neighbor.
I want to warn the audience that, and I'm being completely serious. If you're eating right now, maybe you just want to listen to what I'm about to say instead of look at the screen, because something that kind of was a blip and then faded away. I can't stop thinking about those damn rabbits out in Colorado.
Oh yeah.
Do we have any? Ask Grok. Do my work for me again. What's the latest on the spiky viral rabbits in Fort Collins, Colorado? Ask Grok. See what Grok says about this. But here we go. Here's the pictures, and these are so grotesque.
Oh, that's right. I do remember these. Oh yeah.
Okay, that's enough.
Mad Max.
What are we calling them? Spiky rabbits?
Sure. That's
like Mad Max. I mean, you could use those as weapons.
I literally already closed the tab.
You could throw them at somebody.
So you could throw a rabbit. They say it doesn't harm them. How do they know? How do they know?
Ridiculous.
And it just makes it difficult to eat.
Investigating spiky rabbits.
Yeah, I want to know. Here's the other
that's
thing.
the papilloma virus too.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So they didn't get vaccinated as bunnies.
Franken bunnies.
Okay. So here's what I need you to do, Brad. Ask Grok. I'm gonna have Brad do my job for me too. Ask Grok. What is the closest government lab to Fort Collins, Colorado? I bet it's at Colorado State University.
That's like the Montauk monster.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see if there's some sort of experiment lab, weird scientific experiments go on it.
As of early October, isolated mentions persist, like a hiker spotting one in late September and a casual backyard encounter in Albuquerque. I lived in Albuquerque for a summer.
Albuquerque? Oh, wait a minute. Now it's down in Albuquerque too? That makes your heart skip, I bet, if you see that in the wild. Oh,
no fresh outbreaks or official alerts since late August in Wyoming.
Oh my gosh, it's spread. These things are going to take us over. And I swear I know Brad well enough to know that my intuition was accurate. What the hell are they doing at Fort Collins at Colorado State University?
Fort Collins, Colorado. There is a laboratory. The USGS has a Fort Collins Science Center. The Forestry Sciences Lab of the Forest Service is in Fort Collins, and the Centers for Disease Control
Oh, Lord.
has a lab near Fort Collins.
It's so
I'm out. I'm
predictable.
logging off.
The stories write themselves now.
It has, as a whole, Colorado has over 30 federal labs, making it a hub for scientific innovation.
I can't wait until this is traced back to them, and then we'll come back here, and you,
Wow.
and all of you in the audience will go, yeah, I knew that back October 2nd on At the Mic Deep Dive. Holy shit.
Wow.
These people, they're going to destroy us.
Well, Keith, do you know about the Montauk Monster? I know Brad does.
No. What's that?
Pull it up, Brad. I'll tell him. So this was
And I'll find the Montauk Monster, too.
terribly long ago. Oh, my God.
Friday, is that you? All right, show me. Tell me when to put it on the screen.
It was, it was maybe 10 or 15 years ago. It's like been in my lifetime. This chick took this picture of this creature on the beach, and it was dead. And it has like a beak or something. It's the weirdest looking thing ever.
Wait a minute.
No, that's not it.
Yes,
wait
it
a minute.
is. That's a drawing of it.
Picture of the actual one.
Is this
But
hold on, is this
right
New York
next
State?
to where they found it is New Jersey, right? Is some like experimental lab where they do all these.
Oh, there's a lot going on. It's called somebody will know in the chat. Something Island.
There's another one.
Montauk Island, right?
Yeah.
Stranger Things is based on it.
Okay, that's
Swear
not
to
what
God,
I-
that's it.
Yeah. But
That's
there is
another one. There have been several
There's
of
been
them.
a few of them. There's one that had like and they keep saying, "Oh no, it's just a raccoon." I'm like, "Why?"
Right.
Yeah.
They do their best to try to normalize it and make you think, oh, it's fine.
That's the one that I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Like raccoons don't have beaks.
Now that's a sea turtle after a bad night out. That's after a
Right.
bender.
Bless.
There are, but
Ugh. Yeah, something.
yeah, but you know what? I say you cook them right up and throw a little Tabasco
Sure.
on them, and
Sure.
they taste just as good as fresh.
You let me know how that goes.
Mm-mm.
Okay, you know what?
Yummy.
I think I want to get into this now because there's just so much to do. Oh no, what are you looking at? What are we? Oh no.
Let's see it.
Oh.
You can't make that face and not show us.
Oh.
That's what she
Okay.
said.
I don't want to.
Oh.
Do I want to put this on the screen, Brad?
Well, it's just oh.
How about no?
If,
How about-
if it's bad for Brad,
go.
it's probably
Right. Thank you. That's a good barometer, Kelly. Yes, if it's bad for Brad, then it's bad for the whole lot.
It's
There's
real
been a
bad for
couple
the rest
things
of us.
lately I've been like, oh. And yeah, if it's bad for me, it's bad.
thank
But
you.
that's not horrible. I mean, that's
whatever. I
that's
think-
just a little bloat right there.
A little
I don't want
bloat.
to see
A little
this.
bloat.
Is it worse than the swing at the house?
No, that's not even close.
Yeah, go to
Not-
Kelly's feed at Kelly for Freedom, and you can see this
Bloat close.
torture bed or
See,
something.
but my question is,
Kink bed.
It doesn't seem.
bed.
I mean, how is that even kinky?
Is it
'Cause it's
is
just
it held
like-
up by chains?
It's held up by chains. It's
On the
suspended
ceiling?
from the ceiling on chains.
Right.
Go
So,
Things.
did you ever consider that maybe, just maybe, they did that so that they could dust underneath the bed more easily?
Oh,
Ugh.
look at you.
But there's no other furniture in the house.
Why? If
There's
you have
no
a
other
bed, what
bed.
else do you need?
There's no other nothing. Just
I'm
the
trying to-
spring bed
I'm scrolling through your feed right
in
now.
a 100-year-old house.
How
Like
long
to
ago did you
like to
post that
scroll through her
We-
feed.
bad? A week ago? Oh, here it
Something
is.
like that.
Hold on a second. Let me.
Man, you can do
I'm
that with
showing-
anything.
This is.
If anybody wants to go see the house, call me. Like,
You know, here's
totally
what it
go
is.
back.
Let me tell you what this is. This is us just being sick and twisted. Like
probably.
they don't see it as they just think, oh look, it's
Look at
good,
that. But it's like
good
no,
decor. They're just like,
no.
yeah, they're saying, look how neat that looks, and we're looking at it like they have filmed things for
And there's a
HBO3
funky
in here.
stain on it right there.
There's a, oh my, wait, what? What's going
You
on?
don't see that?
Oh my.
Oh,
I love my job.
And then if you hang out in that bedroom too long, a gimp jumps out.
I had to take my
behind there.
kids with me on this showing. They come with me
How old are your
sometimes.
kids?
8 and 10. And I
And
was
what
like,
did they say
"Do
about this
not touch the bed. There's swings. I'm like, that's why we're not touching the bed.
but it's not. Technically, it's not really a swing. It's just suspended.
Uh-huh.
It swings, Brad.
Does it? Okay,
It
well then
swings.
I stand corrected.
It's
I mean, honestly though, if you get the right buyer, Kelly, that could be a good.
Oh,
selling
I
point.
almost have it under contract. Almost.
Here's the problem. The problem is there's no problem in here at all. Okay, the problem is out here, because as you're enjoying the comforts of this bedroom, you're looking into your neighbor's yard.
Well, and right on the other
And
side,
I don't know that
there's
that's
a German beer garden. They do
best.
like polka night.
Can you open these windows and let the natural sound in?
The natural sound.
I'm sorry, the
polka
natural
music.
sound out. Like, okay,
How
you
many
know what?
drunk Germans can you fit on a bed?
Oh god.
Okay, so welcome to
fun
Friday. Okay, so we need to spend some time today talking about. I'm trying to make a very
got the
bad
middle.
transition,
one.
so bear with me here.
Okay.
I'm so stoned right now. It's not even
Are you really? Okay.
Whoa, that thing's huge. That's not real.
I don't even know how to make.
Oh, I'm
like,
sorry. Am I still on?
I don't even know how to.
We're live, Brad.
Oh,
I don't know
shit.
how to make this transition.
I hate it when this happens.
So I don't know that I want to anymore.
Okay.
But we have a lot to discuss when
We
it
do have a lot
comes
to discuss.
to the horrific assassination
Mhm.
of Charlie Kirk. And
Total
Yeah.
game changer.
there is so much being said about that. I don't even know. Like, my head is exploding trying to figure this thing out, man. It just I don't know, man.
What's your
I don't know
problem? What is the What's the
I-
biggest problem you
I
have?
don't
with it?
know what to believe anymore, because here's my analogy, okay? When you look at 9/11, right? And if you're like me, then you believed the official narrative for many, many years. And
Mhm.
anybody that didn't, you said, all right, you're crazy.
You're a crazy conspiracy.
Get out of here, right?
Mhm.
And and then as time goes on and you learn more, and that's the thing. The people that make up their mind on anything and just refuse to even take in any more information, I can't have a conversation with those
No.
people, you know?
Well, it's
And-
easy to do though. It's easier to just.
It's easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to believe it, especially when it comes
Right.
to your government, the entity that you are funding through your hard work and taxes and your obedience to the law, et cetera, et cetera. But
But this is exactly, I think you and I were texting that morning, and I said something. It was like, you know, now looking back, now with the lens of time, the JFK narrative is
Right.
silly. The Martin Luther King, 9/11, COVID,
but see,
like all of those official
Throw
narratives.
AIDS in there now too.
I don't
Right,
have
exactly.
my. Oh my
Our-
gosh, I do have this. This chart has been here. This is. I'm an organized.
You're like side questing
I'm
over
a
there.
well-oiled machine. The way
You know,
I.
of all the things I
See
think
this?
of when I think of you,
You don't.
the O word
No.
does not come out.
Wait, what did I? Organized? Definitely not.
Oh, is it organ? Oh, sorry, never mind.
Organized. What are you talking about? So, but I want to talk about Building 7 there for just a moment,
Yeah.
because once you realize that thing was already.
It's
set to
office
go.
furniture, Keith. Why do you have to make such a
It-
big deal
what,
out of
it-
some office furniture?
It caught on fire, and
catching
next
on
thing you know,
fire and knocking
Yeah.
the building down.
boy, they don't make buildings like they used to. Am I right?
Oh man.
So once you realize that the whole narrative on Building 7,
and the Pentagon.
it doesn't line up with
Oh, jeez.
with the story of the Twin Towers, then that opens your mind to doubt for the rest of the narrative
Mhm.
on 9/11. And in fact, I just located this. This is from a previous show. I did an episode with Foundering, and I think this is when I scratched this thing out. This is the 9/11 conspiracy scale. I don't want to spend a lot of time on 9/11 today. We got to get to Charlie Kirk, but you start down here and you believe the government 100%, but then you have questions about World Trade Center 7 collapse. And then you go, oh crap, okay, well maybe the government knew an attack was coming. You hate to think that. Oh crap, maybe 9/11 they allowed it to happen. Oh hell, maybe it was just an inside job from start to finish. And this is, in other words, you open up the door on one doubt, and then it's like when someone tells you a lie, you can't believe anything else they said, and that takes us to
So true.
So I am of the mind that Building 7 is to 9/11 as Tyler Robinson's texts are to the Charlie Kirk murder.
It's the gateway drug.
It's the gateway to this whole thing. And the narrative collapses when you look at the text and you're like, okay, not a chance a 22-year-old wrote this.
Right.
And so
because no one uses brackets in a text, first of all.
Ooh, that's true.
You don't. You just don't
That is true.
use brackets.
I bet if you scroll back, you'll see some bracketed text from me.
My biggest problem is the bullet. The
But
bullet
see, I'm
is
not
my biggest
too.
problem.
So hold on, we're gonna get to the bullets, but
Okay,
first I want to just I posted a poll. Do you think Tyler Robinson, the
I voted on
22-year-old
that.
suspected assassin of Charlie Kirk, type? Oh dear Lord, a typo. Type these texts with his roommate / lover. And look, I put a bracket, Brad. What does that say about me, bro?
You're not
Text
real.
and the reply below the poll, so I put them down here. You know,
You lie without outside the sample audit, and therefore you don't qualify.
So look at this. The majority says it wasn't him at all. Not the majority, but you see what I'm saying. 42.5%. Yes, but highly edited 34%. Plurality is the word I was looking for. So right there off the bat, 77% of us think there's some funny business of some sort.
Something.
Only 23% say it was all him.
This is the gift.
Calling his dad, his old man, talking about a squad car.
Right.
What was the other
Vehicle.
stuff?
Vehicle. I'm going to my vehicle.
It just come on, man. Stop.
By the way, this is another thing we can thank Donald Trump for.
What's that?
He exposed the outright lies, made them demonstrably, provably false, because of all the things that he was being accused of in the past 10 years. They would come out and say, he did this, he's a Russian. And we saw that what they were saying was lies. We could see it blatantly that what they were saying was a lie, and that opened a lot of people's eyes.
Very
to
true.
the fact that
Right.
lies about everything.
All the very fine people and all that. Yeah.
And also remember that Tyler leaves a note under his keyboard for his roommate, right?
Love her, paramour,
his buddy,
paramour.
but then texts him that he never wanted him to find out about this, and that he was going to go to his grave with this. But you left a note under your keyboard.
Well, didn't he call him to go get the gun too?
Yes, he's like,
what is it? Is he involved or not involved? Like,
did he know? He called him to get the gun. Really?
That's part of the story is because he jumped off of the roof and like hurt his ankle or something, and then leaves the gun in the woods
because he had to change clothes.
Yes, he had to change clothes, but there was some part of the story, and I don't remember if it was in the texts or not, but there's some part of the story where he's trying to get the roommate to go and get the gun.
I don't remember that, but okay.
It's somewhere in there. The whole convoluted mess.
I mean, that would make as much sense as anything else. So why not?
Yeah.
But yeah, that whole thing. I mean, it was just you've got questions about why I did and how I did. Here they are. They're answered right here.
I mean, step by step. But yet I wanted to take this to my grave.
Right.
Okay, bro.
And he's not cooperating with the police.
So
you wrote everything down prior to, you confessed essentially on paper or in electronics, and then you will. It's the whole thing is hinky.
The whole thing is okay. So, we're gonna get to the bullets and all that stuff, but I want to point out that Tyler Robinson's defender, attorney there.
There's three of them.
There's three. Well, the one chick said that that the public like mini trial or what have you coming up on October 30th, that they didn't waive that away. So, and the judge says he wants everything public. And so we're going to get to see this stuff streamed. We're going to get all the details. So, okay. So at the same time you have that development, you have many people saying there's a CIA connection based on Tyler Robinson's supposed enrollment in a CIA type I don't want to say curriculum class. What am I trying to say here? But there might be. People are saying that there's a CIA connection. I personally have not verified that.
Not.
Okay. And that he was a 4.0 student. And then the next thing you know, when you're talking about CIA and enrolled in school, the next thing you go down the path and you end up at MK Ultra, whatever. I don't know if any of that's true. But here's what I want to say about this October 30th pretrial thing.
Okay.
If between now and October 30th, one of these things is to happen, then that's where my brain will go, oh shit, this is a CIA or this is a government thing, right? Okay,
Mhm.
and here's what we got. Or there's something more nefarious than just some guy climbed up on a roof and decided to take a shot at Charlie Kirk.
This
Okay,
is attorneys, by the way.
so here's the
Text me the link for the CIA. It actually came from Alex Jones.
Okay, so and he swears he verified it. He's like, this is verified. So I mean, that's what he said. But here, if any of these happen before October 30th, that's when my spidey senses are going to go up that this thing is much bigger than just a kid.
Gonna Epstein himself.
Here we go. If the October 30th thing is no longer public for whatever reason, I'm going to be suspicious. If
Fair.
we get a new judge before October 30th who wants this to be completely public, I'm going to be suspicious. If he gets a new defense attorney that then says, no, we don't want the public trial, I'm going to be suspicious. If Tyler Robinson dies while in custody, I'm going to be suspicious. Then we will know if any of those happen that something bigger is happening. Again, October 30th is when they're back due in court.
I think I've pretty much like moved into acceptance that he will probably commit suicide in prison.
We will see.
Yeah.
We will see. This is going to be an interesting 4 weeks as we wait for the next round of this judicial process to roll on. Okay.
Just FYI, you brought the CIA thing up. This is from, and this is a post on Facebook. KSP highlights that. Meanwhile, Robinson has been confirmed to be part of the CIA Center for Anticipatory Intelligence.
CAI. Yep. Mm-hmm.
An advanced program for college students. His defense team reportedly considering waiving the preliminary hearing.
Yeah, that's what I just think. You're Alex Jones. Yeah.
They better not. When is that dated, Brad? Waiving the preliminary hearing.
The 29th, which would have been Saturday.
Okay. Well, okay. All right. So they were in court on, I believe it was Monday, I believe.
Mhm.
And that's when they said, nope, Your Honor.
Sorry, 29th was Monday. I apologize. It was Monday. This actually in this video, this is where his attorney said they're not waiving.
Right. Can you play it then?
Yeah, I don't know if it's in the right spot, but this is about rough.
We wouldn't weigh in on any other matter.
Thank you.
Well,
thank you for that question. That's an important one. The court will rule that.
Maybe back it up a little bit.
Wants to advise them on that matter. I mean, I think it's fairly obvious that we don't know who all the witnesses are in this case.
Right,
yet.
and she's saying that I need at least a month to go through all this evidence. There's all this evidence, and I need time.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then they're just trying to see if I can find where they.
It is not our intent to waive a preliminary hearing in this matter.
Boom. Okay, and I couple that with the judge saying we're going to make this a public trial. And that's why I say October 30th, we're gonna learn a lot in court that day.
Are we gonna watch it together
before this? What day is that? A Thursday? Oh crap! I've got a.
You've got a barber's appointment. You got to get your hair cut.
No, it's a Thursday deep dive. That's a ghost themed deal. I'm gonna call this judge. I'm gonna tell him. Hey,
can you move the hearing?
Move it around my schedule, please. So anyway,
the judge, by the way, is like super laid back and real quiet like this.
For now,
it's really kind
for now,
until they get to him. Anyway, so let's talk about these. Kelly brought it up there. Let's talk about the bullets. This is an interesting chart here that somebody. There we go, right here. So
this is the biggest problem for me.
It's a 30-06 is your far left one. This is what
you
they're saying.
With.
That's what you hunt with right there. That's what they're saying was used to kill Charlie.
But his
and then if you work your way down, and then I mean,
you want to hear something really tricky.
I'm just saying that, and I've got a video that I'm going to play, and we'll get to it here in just a second, but. It's just continue your thought, Brad.
It's
and then
like
I'll set up what I'm gonna say.
The whole, like I had a physics teacher one time, and he would always talk about like the probability of things, right? And he would always like use the analogy, could you take a car apart and go at the top of a building and throw all the pieces off, and they fall together perfectly, to make your car again? Is it possible? Yes. Is it probable? No. And that's kind of like how I feel about this.
Yeah. Can I just?
It's your show. You do whatever you want.
No. Just give me 10 seconds to just point something out.
9.
I want y'all to tell
7,
me. Anybody else getting this for a week now, every day? What the hell is Stockton Street? Why is it live? Is that Serena Williams? What is happening here? I don't care. I don't know how much they paid, but is anybody else getting this constant?
Yes.
I lost all respect for Serena Williams when she pulled that little stunt with the cotton thing.
Wait till she hears about what her shirts are made out of.
I know, right?
Okay, but there we go. I just want to know if Twitter works the same way for everybody. Is everybody seeing the Stockton Street? I will not click on that. I will not click on that.
And Chong gummies.
Stockton Street Live.
Whatever.
And trending is resign Senate Democrats Cantillo and AMD.
Bless them.
Which you've got different stuff. You've got Mormons and stuff.
What am I trending?
Oh yeah, Mormons and Marie Antoinette. What's that all about? Whoa. Oh yeah,
is Marie Antoinette back in the news?
Does anybody else have the Braves manager who just retired trending, or is it just me? Snicker?
Nope, not me.
No, what's my trending?
I got Senate Democrats.
Woo! I got Project 2025 on mine.
You got what?
Project 2025.
Oh, interesting.
Love that for me.
Well, now we know what they say about Kelly is true. All right.
Okay, so that's the caliber of the bullet.
But here's the weird thing. I brought the Grok thing up because here is the. So I asked Grok about the autopsy and about the weapon.
That's one of the things I need to discuss. The autopsy.
The weapon used in the murder of Charlie Kirk on September 10th at Utah Valley University was a .308 Winchester bolt-action rifle. But no, I thought it was a Mauser.
Yeah,
for the longest time it's been. That's not.
And I said, what happened to the Mauser rifle?
Okay,
and then it said the Mauser rifle in question refers to the weapon used by the suspect. Okay, in the fatal shooting.
Didn't you just say earlier in the show you only should be trusting Grok? Yeah. Grok can't trust Grok.
Grok can't trust Grok.
But I said, okay, well, what's the deal then? What happened? Why the confusion there? And then Grok, I believe the question I asked, why does the autopsy state the round was a .308 Winchester if the murder weapon was a Mauser 30-06?
I got news for you.
They can be similarly, you can get a .308 into a 30-06.
Okay, but
similar.
But there's no autopsy.
There was an autopsy.
There was?
They're saying there is now.
There is now? Because under Utah law, that was one of the things that was really bugging me, is that Utah says any homicide has to have an autopsy, but there was an audio recording.
Bogus.
Yeah, okay, was that bogus? That's exactly what I wanted to ask you to see if that was even legit, because who the hell is talking about an autopsy 5 minutes after a shooting? I mean, that's exactly what I wanted to ask you. I'm glad you brought that up.
There's an autopsy, but it doesn't make it any clearer what happened when you got
any question.
Because a .308, was it a .308 Winchester? Was it a 30-06? And if either one of those, how the hell did it stop?
Yeah.
In his
neck? It stop?
Well,
that's a big problem for me. I saw something going back to the CIA connection. I saw somebody tweet it out a couple of days ago, and I thought it was super interesting because the guy in Dallas that was shooting the ICE agents used a very similar, like old school World War II, rifle, untraceable, something like that. And somebody was like, it's interesting now that they defunded the USAID, because before, like the Uvalde guy and all that, they're in tactical gear with like super fancy weapons and all this. And now it's just like some homegrown dude with a World War II, gun show gun.
It was a Mauser.
CIA lost their.
It was a Mauser used in the ICE shooting. The same gun. The same gun used. Well, we were told at first. Same gun used in Charlie Kirk's murder.
Yeah.
An 8mm Mauser, and the one that in theory Tyler Robinson used had been not rechambered, rebored, I guess, for a 30-06.
So this is 200 yards, which is the purported distance
yes.
Of Charlie Kirk being shot by Tyler Robinson. 30-06, 200 yards. Now those look similar, right? But that's also a target practice. That's not a human neck. Okay, So this next video may be disturbing for some viewers. And what this is I looked up I looked up a deer being shot from 200 yards with a 30-06. It's going to be the deer on the left here. If you're, I can't zoom in anymore. Damn it. It's this guy. See that deer head right there?
Bless his heart. That's not his head. That's his hiney.
There we go. No.
Oh,
this
yeah,
is the
yeah,
same
yeah.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the same one I watched.
Yeah. So this is
I think
two
I sent
deer.
it to y'all.
So did you? I found this, I thought, but I will
Maybe
gladly
you
thank
got
you
it.
for this if you send it to me. So anyway, this is the deer's hiney. This is the deer right here on the left that gets shot looking at the camera. Okay. So
Rest
here
in
we
peace.
go. That's R.I.P. Bambi. Hang on.
Wow.
How does this? Oh, jeez. I had this all queued up and everything, and then when I zoomed in, it took my play button away. Here we go. Hang on. So disturbing footage.
Right, I'm on her.
I'm on her. He's ready to kill the deer.
Headshot on the first one.
Come on now. Steady.
All right, I'm on her.
All right, then hit it. Here we go.
Sounds drunk.
Here we go, right here. On the left.
Bambi's just sitting there going, hey.
There's a lot more happened there.
Got her.
He said, got her.
Oh, gosh.
You know,
I told you it's disturbing.
it's so easy.
But
People that
deer-
don't like
hold on.
hunters, they're like, listen, I'm laughing about it.
Yeah. That deer neck is what, 3 times the size
Go
of a human
easily,
neck?
yeah.
Yeah.
And all muscle.
And so one thing I actually want to point out is it's kind of cool if we're being honest. Watch the plants as the bullet
shit.
travels. Watch this in slow motion, especially to see it. Hold on. Watch the slow motion here.
Dude, you got her.
Listen to this. Watch that. Did you see it rip through there?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So
What was I
I'm
looking?
sorry.
I didn't see it. Where
And
was I
all the weeds were getting.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh, I was looking over the. Oh, sorry. There's something in the way of the screen there, so I couldn't have seen it anyway. My bad.
Oh, okay.
My bad. It's not you. It's not
Okay,
you.
It's not
me.
you. It never is
It's
me.
me.
No. So, just trying to reconcile what happened to Charlie Kirk with what happened to that deer there.
The
30
day that
after.
it happened, when I first saw the video, my first reaction was that it was an exit wound. Like that was my first thought. And then we realized, then we were told that it wasn't. But the bullet thing, but didn't they say like it went down and hit his spine and then came back up or something? Like it's insane.
I have heard everything from everyone about all things involved with this.
Yeah.
I don't know what to believe anymore. I think that's where I'm at on everything, honestly.
Like the only thing I know is that he's dead. Beyond that, couldn't tell you.
Well, but the left says he's not.
I see that too.
I'm serious. The left says he's not dead. Now, the thing that confused me.
I would say that that's crazy, but we live in such a whacked out world anymore that I understand why there are some people who think that.
No, I agree with you.
I will say that I heard, how do I say this? I heard secondhand that the damage done to dear Charlie did impact the back of his neck. Okay. And that the exit wound was back here.
So there is an exit wound?
Okay, but again,
yeah. What are we?
Yeah, I'm looking for a tab that contradicts that though. Here we go. So, someone very close to Charlie. So I guess I heard it third hand.
Okay.
They didn't tell me directly. So that there was an exit wound, and it was just a gnarly mess back there.
Sure.
And it's a source that would definitely know.
Okay.
But then I see this tweet from Charlie Kirk's producer, Andrew Colvin. Now, I'm not suggesting, I promise you, I'm not suggesting what I just said is inaccurate about the neck exit wound, or this is inaccurate.
We're just presenting information.
I'm just reading this tweet that really confused a lot of people like me.
Okay.
And this is from Andrew, Charlie's producer. I want to address some of the discussion about the lack of an exit wound with Charlie. I'm usually not interested in delving into most of this kind of online chatter, and I apologize. This is somewhat graphic, but in this case, the fact that there wasn't an exit wound is probably another miracle, and I want people to know. Wait, there wasn't an exit? Okay. I just spoke with the surgeon. I don't know who the surgeon's name is. Maybe Grok knows. Who worked on Charlie in the hospital. He said the bullet, quote, absolutely should have gone through, which is very, very normal for a high-powered, high-velocity round. I've seen wounds from this caliber many times, and they always just go through everything. This would have taken a moose or two down, an elk, etc. But it didn't. That was the end of the quote. But it didn't go through. Charlie's body stopped it. I mentioned to his doctor that there were dozens of staff, students, and special guests standing directly behind Charlie on the other side of the tent, and he replied, quote, it was an absolute miracle that someone else didn't get killed, end quote. Quote from the surgeon continues. His bone was so healthy, and the density was so impressive that he's like the man of steel. It should have just gone through and through. It likely would have killed those standing behind him, too, end quote. In the end, the coroner did find the bullet just beneath the skin. Even in death, Charlie managed to save the lives of those around him. Remarkable, miraculous.
So now we have two sources.
I don't know what to believe anymore.
Right.
I don't know what to believe anymore about anything or anyone.
I mean, at this point, if they came out and told me on MSNBC that the sky was blue, I'd have to go look for myself. Like nothing is.
Are they still going by MSNBC? When's that name change going to be?
Oh, they did, didn't they?
MS Now.
MS Now. Is it turned to that yet?
I think
it has. Yeah.
Holy crap! If a tree falls in the forest, am I right?
No.
Okay, so I'm just trying to see here. Did we want? So there's other conspiracy theories, obviously around this. Hold on a second? Is that little the thing in the ground there, that little trapdoor thing? Are they saying that somebody was shooting from down there? Or are they saying that's where the real shooter escaped to? Because
yeah.
I mean, that's a good one.
That's a good one. Then it came from up and all that stuff. And
behind. Another one is that, and again, these are, I mean, this is, like Julie was saying, it's a heavy subject, and I'm sorry about it, but we want to talk about everything on this. Now they're saying that the lavalier mic was like an explosive device.
I've seen that too.
In the vein of the Israeli attack on Hezbollah with the pagers, okay? The exploding microphone, okay? And it came in this way.
About the pagers.
Right, okay, so there's that, if you wanted to blame Israel for this.
But wasn't there videos, like, didn't somebody put out a video, some kid, like, he was like, there's somebody on the roof. Like, didn't they spot
no, that came out immediately. Yeah. And that was supposedly Tyler Robinson up there. That was beforehand. Then there's this other video. This gentleman here wants to tell us, follow that bullet came from this side. In other words, now we have the official story that says it came from the roof. It hit him right here. Yeah. It went back here, or maybe it didn't go back here because he's got very, very dense bones. Now we've got the microphone shooting him this way, but we also have this guy suggesting, where's the audio here? Suggesting that, and I don't even know that we need the audio, but you'll see that's the bullet apparently circled there in red, and then it does its. Is it playing down there? Yeah. Oh, whoops! And then I missed it. See that right there?
Yeah.
That's the bullet apparently. I don't know what to believe about anything.
But they did this. Like this is just I think the fallout of our entire lives. Nothing is what it.
We've been lied to about everything. So excuse me if I don't believe the official story about anything.
The exploding microphone.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah, that one doesn't resonate with me.
No.
How about the bullet from behind?
That doesn't resonate with me either. I think it really came from the front. Just the
was it shot by Tyler Robinson?
We can talk about.
And was it a 30-06? And did it go through?
The weird thing is you cannot find the name of the surgeon who worked on him.
Oh, that's interesting.
Which is very strange.
Curious.
It is. And Because you can find the name of everybody else who's around there.
But so I saw somebody else say, like, why did they put him in emergency surgery? Because apparently he was dead by the time he got to the car.
I'll even give him that.
Well, no, you heard
try everything.
You heard his friend. You heard the guy
Frank Turek.
Frank Turek. Thank you so much. Talk about how there was a pulse, but it wasn't like a life pulse. I don't know how to explain it.
It wasn't.
He had a very good explanation.
You try everything. You take him in there. He's your friend. And you say, I don't give a shit what you got to do. You try to work on him.
That's fair.
I would do that.
Okay. But I do have some more questions here, real quick.
That's what we're here for.
That's what you're here for. It's like my therapy session. Check this out. Where's my
that is just the weirdest. The identity of the surgeon who treated Charlie Kirk has not been publicly disclosed. Why?
Right? Why? Yeah. Somebody should ask Andrew Comet. Right? Hey, okay, tell us the name. Come on, bro. The Oklahoma City bombing. Okay. They
Hillary Clinton, wasn't it?
They bulldozed the Murrah Federal Building about 1 month after that happened. The World Trade Center Building 7 that we discussed earlier was demolished clearly the same day as 9/11.
Sandy Hook.
So again, right, all this stuff. When you go to a crime scene and you just say, "Yeah, you know what? I'm sure there's a lot of evidence here. I'm sure there's a lot to be discovered yet, but we're going to go ahead and completely redo it." Yeah, they've already changed the whole area at UVU where the event happened. They've now replaced it with, I think it's brick
like 3
pavers
weeks ago.
Yeah, they did it 2 weeks after the shooting. They were just.
What about in Idaho? Those poor college kids.
Oh yeah,
Koberger. They tore that whole house down.
That house down.
Now
Waco.
Now that one, does that not seem cut and dry to you, Brad? The Idaho house?
Nothing seems cut and dry to me. There's something weird about that situation.
Everything.
And I'm not saying he didn't do it. I just don't know what we don't know, because I think there's some stuff we don't know.
Well, yeah, because it was forever. I mean, for weeks or even months. They had no idea. We're looking. Please call with tips. And then all of a sudden, we arrested some guy in freaking like on the East Coast. He wasn't even.
What was his hands or something? I forget now.
They found his DNA on the knife sheath.
Yeah,
the yogurt shop murders. Even that got me fired up because I'm from Austin.
Oh, I was just reading about those, and the guy, the two that they convicted in 2001. Turns out that they later had those.
They ruined those boys' lives, but now all of a sudden, like earlier this week, they're like, "Oh, we solved it. Case closed."
DNA
because of DNA.
And he had and that dude had offed himself in 99.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I knew that story. I'll have to look that up.
Just look up Austin yogurt shop murders. It's another reason I hate to say, because I always was pro death penalty, and now I'm like, how can I, in good conscience, back the death penalty when I don't trust the system that's initiating it?
That's the issue. As at the end of the day, the government is the final arbiter of life and death.
That bothers me.
So I got this. This is kind of a lengthy deal here, but bottom line, this guy goes into what it would take to assemble that rifle, with the sight and everything, and that is curious, that whole screwdriver on the roof and then getting down with it, and when would you have disassembled it or what have you?
And then disassemble it and then reassemble it and then leave it in the woods or something?
Again, I don't know. Mm-hmm. I have no idea. I have questions. I don't have answers. Now this is okay. This is fun. How about that movie Snake Eyes?
You get a beer?
No, I actually thought about that when I was drinking it.
Why not? It's a Barfly episode.
Claw. No, it's just a sparkling water.
Drink up. It's Grimace time.
Wait a minute. Grimace was a butt plug.
Grimace is not a butt plug. Grimace is not a butt plug. Damn you.
He's a butt plug.
I know. He's a butt plug. I agree. Okay. But what were the crap? I don't have the right
movie
one.
Snake Eyes with Nicolas Cage.
Right. So conspiracy theorists are locked on Snake Eyes, a 1998 movie featuring the assassination of a character named Charles Kirkland.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it happened on where is it on here? I printed up the wrong story.
Well,
I think it was on a September 10th. Is that right?
Yeah, that was on the movie poster, or on the fight poster that was in the scene.
The scene.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then there was one other thing about that movie that was supposed to be.
There was a Tyler in the.
He was the
the
he was the assassin.
Right.
His
And
name
what was his
Tyler.
name? It was just Tyler. Okay.
Yeah,
That's fine.
something.
I don't
it was
remember
in
the
there
last name.
somewhere.
Can we talk about George Zinn though, the guy they originally grabbed after the shooting?
Oh, that was so weird. The old man that was like, I shot him, shoot me, or whatever.
Okay, so this guy was apparently at 9/11, the Boston Marathon bombing, and the Charlie Kirk shooting. The odds of that happening are 1 in 2 billion.
Throw car parts off of a building.
Wait, he was? I did. This is
Brad-
the first time I'm hearing that.
Brad's like, what? WTF, bro?
I did not know
Ask
that.
Gronk. Ask Gronk.
But
was
then
George
did you
Zinn.
see they arrested him because he had child porn on his.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now look, this guy is such a creep that I would believe that. But
Yeah,
to Brad's
no,
point
that's
about the
true.
death penalty and who's executing that, when the government says, "Oh yeah, that guy had child porn on his computer," that's when you go, "All right, so he did."
Yeah, it's
You know what
cliche
I'm
at this point.
Right? Like he apparently, according to news reports, said, "Oh yeah," because they wanted to see his phone. It's like, yeah, you're gonna see, some stuff on here. Yeah, George Zinn, this guy. I'm just trying to see if if we've got everything else here. So I don't know where this goes. I mean, that Etsy witch casting a spell.
That was
Jezebel
weird.
magazine. Apparently,
they say you can't trust a witch. Isn't that right?
Yeah. And then they also she wanted to apologize to Charlie Kirk's widow for that whole thing because that really upset them, and I can understand why.
You mean they're like, oh hell, maybe we shouldn't.
I'm saying that they knew about it before that Utah event, and that's why they were talking to a priest the night before.
Yeah, they were like praying
specifically
about
that. Yeah, it's just I don't know. And no. Here's my favorite conspiracy theory around the Charlie Kirk thing. It's when Kash Patel very awkwardly, let's say, cringe-worthy, some would even say amateurishly, said, to a little message, and he's going to see Charlie in Valhalla.
In Valhalla.
And so that, of course, it can't just be an awkward moment from Kash Patel.
Right.
It's got to be, there's an island in New Zealand, I believe it is. Goat Island, and there's a place called Valhalla that they say that they put celebrities that want to disappear and those in witness protection go to a place called Valhalla. That's the conspiracy theory.
Get the F out.
What'd you say?
I said, get the F out. Really?
That's what they say.
Well, now there's even another conspiracy theory about Erica Kirk wearing what looks to be
have you seen that
Masonic ring?
That she's supposedly Jean-Benet Ramsey.
What? Oh no! Oh no! What?
Hold on, let me see if I can find it. That's a good one. I'm in the deepest, darkest corners of Twitter. I see some good stuff.
However, that does remind me of the comedian that was on the news show in Chicago who told the story about going out on a blind date with a guy who told her that she looked like Jean-Benet. Did you see that bit? Oh hell, that was funny.
Now, hold on a second. Has there ever been a question that JonBenet Ramsey is dead?
No.
So
no, but it was just
that people are denying that she even existed.
Wait! I don't even understand. We've seen videos of her at pageants and stuff. Oh,
yeah.
You gotta dim your brightness.
I gotta dim my light. I'm not gonna dim my light for you.
On the phone.
Oh. I've got astigmatism. It's gotta stay bright.
There you go. See that? All right. What does it say? Some people think Charlie Kirk's wife is actually John, but no, some people do not. The person that posted that bit. Here's what you know. What this sums it up. Let's see if this sums up where we're at in our view of the world. What do you miss? I miss the way I viewed the world before I knew too much about it. Amen,
Ain't
Snoopy.
that the truth, Snoopy?
Wisdom from Snoopy. What did Grok say about George Zinn being at 9/11 Boston Marathon and Charlie Kirk?
Then I got sidetracked on Big Norks and JonBenet.
You wanna let us know?
Big Nork is.
Okay. Somebody doesn't tune in on Fridays, and let's just leave it that way, shall we? Let's just leave it that way.
Love you guys.
That was the hijacker on the plane. Now the pilot on the plane, the pilot going, and by the way, you're all mine now. I have complete control over your lives while I'm flying this plane, and I demand that a hot blonde with big norks be sent to the cockpit with a cocktail. None of us had ever heard the word norks.
I don't hate it.
Oh, from that commercial.
Yeah,
that's right. I'd forgotten that's where it started.
Yeah.
Anyway, tune in Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern for more big Nork talk between me, Brad, and Rebecca, who will be joining us 22 hours from now. And I hope you do as well. While Brad's looking to see what Grok says about George Zinn, let me just remind everyone, follow Kelly for Freedom on X. Follow @RealBradStaggs on X. Kelly can sell you the home of your dreams. With Torture Bed down in the Austin area. And then, of course, thedailymojo.com for all of Brad's fun. And this time next week, we're going to be combing through the sad failures of this new and improved Federal Bureau of Investigation with Blaze reporter Steve Baker. What do you got there, Bradley?
It's still he's thinking.
It's thinking. Stop calling it. Don't give it pronouns, bro.
Don't give it pronouns.
No, it's not a real thing. It's a computer.
She's thinking.
Okay, that's better, I guess. I mean, they made the mistake when they called it HAL 2000.
Yeah, it's
give it a name. You call it something like Grok.
Is Grok a male or a female name?
Grok is nothing. Grok is a machine.
It's a boy.
It's a boy for sure.
You like movies about gladiators?
Have you ever asked Grok if it's a? You know what, Kelly? Do my job.
I'm gonna ask Grok.
Ask Grok. Are you a?
It says he was not present. George Zinn was not present in New York City during the September 11th attacks. He was in Denver, Colorado at the time, having attended a Denver Broncos football game the night before on September 10th.
Time out! Time out! Football fan here. Oh no, wait, that wasn't Denver. Shit. I thought. Hold on. I thought because they played the Giants on Monday Night Football.
Okay.
I thought that was in.
Zinn recounted watching the events unfold on television from his hotel lobby that morning, where he and others.
But then what I read was bullshit. I'm glad you fact checked.
Immediately suspected a terrorist attack due to prior incidents like 1993. Blah blah blah. He later visited Ground Zero twice, once in 2003, and again years later at the memorial site. The other thing, Boston thing, Boston Marathon bombing.
Mm-hmm.
It was at Denver. Okay, it was at Denver. My bad.
He's thinking.
No, it is thinking. Grok is an it, bro.
So I did ask it if it was a boy or girl while your Grok is thinking.
And what did it say? Depends on what mood I'm in that day.
I'm Grok, an AI, so I don't have a gender.
I'm Grok.
As a friendly cosmic know-it-all.
Okay, so
Grok, do you have a penis?
If Grok ever describes itself as being fabulous,
that's me.
That's
my word.
Oh, that's right.
Fabulous.
Is that the word that I use to describe the fabulous Kelly?
Yes. I hang out with
he was not present at the Boston Marathon bombing. Instead, 2 days later, on April 17th, he emailed a bomb threat to organizers of the Salt Lake City Marathon, referencing the Boston attack.
That's this guy's deal.
He's a douche canoe.
That doesn't deflect from me presenting bad information that I'm glad I had you fact check. But what is his deal, though?
He's a douche canoe.
This guy is a piece of crap.
He's a drama queen, and he's a media whore drama queen.
Is he a pedophile?
Clearly, that's why they arrested him.
Hold on, I don't want to get allegedly. I don't want to get anybody in trouble.
But what kind of mindset do you have to be in be in somewhere where someone publicly gets shot in front of you, and your first reaction is, "I did it! I shot him! Shoot me!"
But
that's your first reaction.
Yeah, he's a strange cat for sure.
What?
But I seriously, because this is. Follow me here. I don't know anything about George Zinn. Okay, clearly the information I have is bad anyway.
Sure.
But
do we have a friend named Grok?
Do we think that he had child porn on his phone? Are we just believing the report? I mean, he's a creep, I wouldn't put it past him.
Doesn't make him a pedophile.
Doesn't make it a pedophile. Okay, fine. That's fair.
I just feel like that's their fallback. That's their go-to for everything.
What I'm saying. But this
is
where
somebody down.
This is my.
Nobody asks questions.
This is my Building 7 theory. If they're not telling us the truth about what's on George Zinn's phone, then Why? And I'm not saying that they
What
are.
were we talking about earlier? The guy that he was a whistleblower. Oh gosh, I'm having a brain fart. And then he gets arrested for sexual.
Oh, the gold guy, the
thank you,
International
the
Monetary
Coronats.
Fund.
It's
I'm
like
telling you.
it's their go-to.
Yeah.
Because nobody's gonna ask
Because no one's going to believe you if we find out that you have child porn on your phone or your computer or whatever.
And everybody's like knee-jerk reaction to, oh, that's a terrible person. Like put them away. You know, like you're not gonna like be like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
and then when you get to court, your testimony, the jurors are human beings, and they're going to be like,
you've been branded
this is
a kid diddler, and you're done.
And then if you go to prison, there's a good shot that you are getting room temperatured real quick.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay. Please do like, subscribe, share, all the things.
Buy a house in Austin.
Buy a house in Austin. If you want to donate to the cause, leave a review. Honestly, that only if it's 5 stars. Like if it's not, then I don't want to hear from you at all.
A review of what?
Of this show.
Oh,
like
where would one do that? Where would
you can do it on
that?
Spotify. You can do it on iTunes. You can do it at YouTube. You can do it at.
Can you do it at 7-Eleven?
Do it at 7. I don't know. Oh my gosh! Before we go, you just reminded me of something. There is a 7-Eleven that I pass on a semi-regular basis on the way home,
and that's painful.
It is the nastiest bathroom.
Thank you, Kelly.
Nastiest bathroom. I mean, when the pumps come out, it's just like, when is this gonna stop? So anyway, I went to their website and I pulled a Karen and I was like, you guys, your global headquarters is 15 minutes from this particular 7-Eleven. I urge you to take a field trip to this bathroom. I have never seen anything in this state of disrepair inside a building.
What does it smell like?
I love this audience, and I just want them to use their imagination. I will just say this: there's a Michael Jackson quote about a prison cell. Quote: Michael Jackson said, "Quote: there was doo-doo and feces all over the wall." Okay. And I told them, it stunk. So I urged them. I was like, you know what? Just stop in there. I just want you to because I've been there plenty of times. I guarantee you, it's not like they're going to be like, oh, Dad's coming. Let's clean up. Just go in there and see for yourself. So I stopped by there today on the way here. And I just said, let me see, because that was a week ago. Let's just see if anything's changed. And congratulations to this particular 7-Eleven.
They fix it?
And they picked the offending pieces of toilet paper off the floor, but the smell I think is there till the end of time. I think it's just in the walls, and on the floor. So there you go. 7-Eleven. Hell, 7-Eleven in Trophy Club, Texas.
What a shitty memory.
Oh, you did it. It was great.
Yeah. It's good stuff. It's good stuff, Brad. All right, that's why I love you, Brad. In 22 hours, we'll do this again, and I've got some.
I'll miss you guys.
Well, you want to come? You want to hang out?
We'll
as well?
always be right here.
Oh,
you can look. I know that you actually have a job and you work and you have commitments and kids and whatnot. But if you're ever free on a Friday, you're welcome to stop in and hang out.
10-4.
Okay. All right, everyone. Please be safe. And I don't know. I feel like I had something else to say. Man, I am turning into Joe Biden and it hurts. Bye. Holy crap. I hate myself so much.